Are you encouraged by what you've seen in terms of, of people coming in on this program and being a part of it? For example, we've just received an anonymous pledge of 35 lakh rupees, and that's absolutely incredible. I mean, that's exactly what we were hoping for. So before I ask you anything else, just your reaction to people coming in and wanting to be a part of this movement.
I think it's absolutely overwhelming, Vishnu, and we're very grateful to NDTV for helping us get the message out. And this is just the beginning. I think people are discovering the magnitude of the problem which the country is facing, and this is something which is very easy to address as a corporate, as a business leader. This is as creative as as Indian as it can get. So this is something, and it's very heartwarming to see the kind of support we're getting, and we're hopeful that we'll continue to get this, because this is what the community of artisans across the country need. And if you look at the overall demand, it's not huge. I was just talking earlier that 3 corporates in Bangalore were able to create employment for 70 artisans in Channapatna, and we created history. Now, this is just 3 corporates coming together. So the potential is immense.
Absolutely huge potential.
Fantastic work. This is a great initiative, really important, and it's moved me, and I'm sure I found so many messages from people in other countries who are saying that we're going to work on, find out what we can do for the handloom sector and the artisan sector and create demand for them. You really touched a chord, I tell you, with this. It is amazing. Now, just from this experience, and what high quality handmade articles we produce, what one thing, if you could get the government to do, and one thing you could get corporate sectors to do, and one thing you could get all of us lay people to do. So that's 3 things. You can take one each and share the third.
Okay, I'll talk about the corporates, and I think many of our guests today spoke about how corporates can make a big difference. And I think this is really the time to look at this problem with empathy. In the pre-COVID era, many corporates would probably have stalls, exhibitions where artisans would actually come and display these products. And I think it's time to move on from there and look at, some really innovative solutions to help bridge this gap where artisans and weavers don't have access to markets. So my appeal to the corporates would actually be to think of new ways of supporting artisans and weavers, because they can actually bring about scale, and they can also help address this problem of how do individuals access, individuals get access to artisans and weavers. So the corporates have both the solutions at a policy level, what they can do within their company, and how they can introduce their employees to artisans and weavers and crafts across India.
Yeah, and from a government point of view, I think clearly they can take a hard look at the GST, especially in these times. This has been something which has created a lot of debate, but these are the times when we should really relook at it and see overcome challenges around identifying what is handmade and how they could give a reduced rate for handmade in India.
All right. I'm sort of jumping in over here because I have an announcement to make, people. I've got an announcement to make. And the announcement is that we've crossed 1 crore. We've crossed 1 crore in terms of people willing to contribute to this wonderful cause. And that's going to change the lives of so many people directly associated. Artisans, their families. It's not just artisans, it's their families. It's the areas they live. And indeed, it is their craft. That's absolutely incredible.